All right, wonderful fuckers. I'm finally back. I know nothing really changed on any of your ends, but I took a week off fully from my schedule, drawing, piano, coding, gym, blah blah blah, so on, right? Because I hadn't taken a break in 3 years or 2 years, so I was like, okay, let me take a break because I was feeling the buildup of mental and physical fatigue. Oh, and draw along, draw along. Oh, I have a lot to talk about before I even start drawing, so please just start drawing. Keep me on the background, right? If you're interested in whatever the fuck I have to say, but quite a bit has happened in the last week. But yeah, many things have changed. For instance, I'm now officially black. I filed the papers yesterday, so I can get my reparations soon from every country involved. But that's such a shit joke, such an absolute garbage joke. That's why you all watch me. But okay, first and foremost, yes, I am now pivoting to portrait drawing, and it's something I've been thinking about for a while, right? And I hope that my indecisiveness, funny enough, showcases that art is full of indecisiveness, right? It's all about trying to figure out, like, am I practicing the right thing? Am I going about it the right way? Etc. and all that stuff. And I've been thinking about it because people create stories, right? So I really, for a long time, wanted to go through artwod's portrait roadmap, like the past half a year, right? I was like, okay, first this, first fundamentals, then portrait this. But then I got sidetracked with the whole mech drawing thing, and I was thinking, and my rationale at the time was like, okay, if I get really good at designing mechs, then I can get really good at designing anything. But I actually properly talked to Broken Draw. Like, we got on a call to figure out when we could stream together and stuff. If any of you were there who watched the stream, he took the stream down, and there are reasons related to that, right? It's the reason is I swear a lot, and he doesn't want that to be affecting his brand and his audience, right? Which makes complete sense, by the way. I want it to anybody listening, like, this should make complete sense to you, right? If you build a platform based on a specific image, right? At that point, the brand kind of takes over you in a sense that, like, the brand now holds you to that image, right? He's a super chill guy, very, very nice guy. Fucking really had an amazing time talking to him. We got on a call at 1 p.m. and we talked till 3 p.m. for 2 hours straight, just about art, each other's experiences, his channel, my channel, all that stuff. He's a fucking amazing, really, really nice person, right? I don't like his choice in t-shirts, but apart from that, he's a pretty pretty decent guy. But no, like, we did the stream, I was swearing a lot, right? Not that I was intentionally just trying to be a dick or anything, but anybody who knows me knows that, hey, I'm just a normal person who swears, I make stupid jokes, I laugh at my own shit, I'm crass, right? Not because it's of any one particular reason, it's just how I am. My personality, everybody loves it, right? But everybody in the chat, funny enough, really liked me, but like, they were very friendly. It was just friendly roasting all around, or like asking him questions or asking me questions. If you are coming from that live stream, thank you. Like, I hope it was fun for you to draw along, right? But basically, what I'm trying to say is, Jesus Christ, I just went on 3 different conversation tangents when I was trying to segment into one, right? Number one, I'm changing to portrait drawing. It is because Tyrion, when he and I talked, Tyrion is Broken Draw's name. So when Tyrion and I were speaking, I asked him, like, hey, I was thinking of pivoting. What do you think? And his conclusion was that yes, like, because my rationale was that, okay, learning how to draw portraits and figures is going to teach me about design, because people's faces and bodies have very specific elements symmetrically placed in particular, like, proportions and all that stuff, right? Like, there's very specific, there's a lot of specificity, and I was thinking that could translate over greatly to designing other things, right? Like, if you start thinking of everything as a character, like a mech or even a car as a character, based on the fact that you design, you spend a lot of time drawing people's faces that are characters and bodies that are characters and expressions that are characters, that can translate over very well, right? So that was my rationale, and just the fact that, like, it'll teach gesture, composition, it will allow me to tell stories, and that people are the ones who create stories. I have, anybody who watches my live streams, imagination live streams, right, where I just draw sceneries and all that shit, I think you can all tell I have trouble with creating what's it called, reasons behind characters doing things. But when, over the next 2 to 3 years, if I just practice people's expressions and bodies and movements creating the scene and the character, then that will be essentially a segue to draw the things that they are interacting with, like mechs, like mechanical objects, like organic things, like the environment around them. That was my rationale. Tyrion basically agreed and just added on that it's really gonna, like, the only thing really holding me back is my design skills, not really my form skills. I disagree. I think my form can be a lot better, but he's 100% right. My design could be really, like, design's the biggest thing I'm missing, which is funny because I'm a fucking UX designer, but 2D planes on a screen are completely different in terms of design than 3D fucking forms, in which you have to think about them and, like, how to place them on a 3D form. So funny enough, like, same domain, technically completely different contexts of design. So it's very humbling and it's very exciting to actually go forth in that. So that's why I'm pivoting to portrait drawing right now. We're going to do artwod's portrait drawing for an entire X amount of months. Let's just say arbitrary 6 months straight, and then 6 months to a year, and then I'll probably like take a pause, go back to the fundamentals roadmap, do a bunch of that, and then go to figure, like that, maybe that'll be like half a year, and then go to figure, do that for a year or so, maybe longer, right? And then we'll like move on to the more advanced portrait roadmaps that they offer, and more advanced figure roadmaps, right? And my imagination streams alongside that will be the reason for me to continue having these characters interact and drawing things, or sorry, characters interact and doing things with what, like, and that's what I have to draw, right? But I thought of another thing. With this portrait drawing practice and figure drawing practice, it'll be a bit slower, but to not lose my ability and thinking and understanding of mechanical things, especially with the whole hinge shit that I was doing, right, is to have every mannequin that I draw have an accessory that is mechanical in nature attached to it. So when I draw, like right now, I'm starting very simple. I'm starting from the very beginning of the artwod portrait roadmap, which right now is just drawing like a beanie face and then putting simple eyes, nose, and mouths on it, right? Again, artwod. I'm not affiliated. Somebody actually asked me if I'm sponsored. No, I literally just love them so much. And Tyr and I even talked. We're like, they're never gonna acknowledge me. They're never gonna fucking give me any credit. Not because they don't want to, or maybe they don't want to, but because I swear, right? I swear I'm not a professional brand. But anybody who comes to my channel knows exactly what I'm about, right? But yeah, it's just not sponsor friendly. It's fine. But that's the main thing. That's why I'm pivoting over to this. I hope it makes sense. The next thing is, what's it called? People did not like me. Somebody commented on his video, because people in the chat really like me. But somebody in Tyrion's video commented, like when he put the VOD up for that live stream that occurred, they basically were like, because we horribly planned this stream. Like we were both sleep deprived as hell, right? We were both fucking tired. I was caffeinated. I had like 3 hours of sleep and I was caffeinated. Is this pen running out already? It can't fucking be, bro. There it is. I just started using it, right? But I'm not gonna draw. I can't draw and explain things to this extent, but it's been 6 minutes. I'm gonna try to be under 10 minutes so we can just fucking not quickly start drawing, but just start drawing. But I'm gonna slow down too, because apparently everybody in the stream said I talk very fast, and I love how I'm saying that while talking very fast. But it's just how I am. But yeah, me and Tyrion planned that stream horribly. We started it, and you all know I say shit like retarded, cunt, blah, blah, blah. Like, everybody knows this. If you watch my channel, you know I say this. If you don't like it, get the fuck off my channel. Very simple. You don't like me? Cool. You don't have to like me, and I don't have to behave in a way in which you have to like me. It's as simple as that. I'm gonna draw and get better and just be myself, right? But, what's it called? Like, that's what I started the video off as. Be like, okay, so no R word, no C word, and he's like, yeah, we don't do that here. And Tyrion also let his guard down a bit, so he was just chill, swearing, because he does swear a little bit here and there. But again, like, yeah, he's a normal guy, but he's also an educator, and education comes with a price in the sense that you have to make it accessible to as many people. At least he wants to make it as accessible to many people. You know, he teaches children. Like, he obviously wants to make sure that he presents himself in a way which is digestible to as many people as possible. Completely understandable, right? Which is why he's not really going to be calling me out in his channel much. He'll probably come on my channel every now and then for streams, so my audience, you will all know, like, we're just chill, goofing around, drawing, talking shit, whatever. His channel isn't really like that, so it's completely fine. It's completely fine, right? Again, if anybody gives him shit for this, you're just a fucking idiot, because this is just a very sensible, reasonable thing to do. He's a very nice guy, right? So, but somebody like on his actual VOD commented, being like, R word? Like, what it was something along the lines of, like, what do you mean by R word? This is a drawing channel, ick. And then what was it, right? And then it was like, edit. Oh wait, it's that Viggy guy. Never mind, this isn't about what words you use. He's just a blithering dumbass. First of all, great word of blithering, thank you, right? That shit killed me, and clearly you can tell I'm not affected, because I've screenshotted and memorized exactly what he said, right? First of all, you are a retarded cunt, those of you who insult me, right? I'm taking the moral high ground by verbally abusing those who speak ill of me. It's the mature thing to do. But I was actually very happy. I'm like, first of all, this is the first piece of hate I've gotten that's just genuine, like, fuck this guy, I don't care about you, like, just nonsensical hate, just for me being me. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Second, what's it called? I'm popular enough. I'm only have 700 plus subs at this point, but I'm popular enough to be known as that Viggy guy. Okay, I'm popular enough to be known as, and to be hated as that Viggy guy. That is amazing, right? Apparently when you get haters is when actually you start getting successful. So that's fucking amazing. Somebody actually replied to my comment, because I commented on his video, be like, wow, people don't like me. But either way, great stream, sick drawing, and I hope everybody enjoys the effort, because you guys all know I'm all about promoting enjoying the effort, right? Anybody who's listened to me knows that despite whatever crass behavior that either off-puts you or you don't give a shit about, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to showcase and encourage people that hard work, consistency, and focusing on the right things, and just doing your best to enjoy the work that you do in skill acquisition, in particular in this case art, is valuable and will lead to results, but we disregard the results and we just focus on what we can do in the moment, right? I think people respect that, which is why I can tell that somebody actually replied to that comment I made, being like, nah, Viggy, you were super chill, don't worry, you have a lot of knowledge, appreciate it and keep going. I'm like, it's a fan. But yeah, and somebody actually literally commented on my second video today of perspective clusters, being like, this is very inspiring as a beginner. Do you have any, how long have you been drawing for? And I just gave them advice, and I pinned the comment so people know exactly how long I've been drawing for and what advice I would give. And with all that being said, it's 10 minutes of garbage. Okay, I hope that clears up a lot of context. Took a week off, I'm back, I'm refreshed now, right? Had a stream with Tyrion / Broken Draw, super fun, and people don't like me, and that's great, because if you don't like me, get the fuck off my channel. Simple as that, right? In no universe, apart from if YouTube ever decides to delete my channel for whatever reason, in no universe will I ever fucking just act in a certain way because somebody wants me to, okay? I'm probably older than you too, I'm 28, I'm quite the man. But yeah, let's start. Okay, so beanie face, right? And while I start, I will try to, the main things I'm thinking about, because this is all very simple, right? So we're going to think about the box. We're going to think about the simple forms inside that box, like the simple box cutouts inside that box, right? And then we're going to try rotating in our mind. And I've also decided to try storytelling. Bro, what is happening with this pen? By the way, my hands are going to be very shoddy, because again, I haven't drawn in a week. This is, again, I really recommend artwod's portrait roadmap. Okay, so we're supposed to do this, and then we're supposed to find the middle line. Right, and there's a lot of ways this could go, but for the time being, I've already decided upon this box. And the thing is, like, I will likely be very incorrect in everything that I do here. And that's the best part. Like, this is how I know I'm revitalized, because I can't wait to make errors. Oh, so it's simple eyes, simple nose, right? The nose is just supposed to be a semi-sphere, like a half a sphere, like that, right? Simple mouth, we'll just make him be like, meep, right? Simple eyes. And again, this is all trying to think about the perspective, right? See, that's already wrong because I put the ellipse wrong. Because again, it's not just an eye. It is an ellipse in perspective on an organic form, right? So that's a bit better. That one's maybe a bit too small and it's off perspective. And simple ear. So I'm going to do my best to understand what a simple ear is. And I believe Antonio put it below the center line. So I'm going to assume a simple ear is something like this. And then a little bit of form, right? And then if we take it back there, it's like that, right? Kind of looks like a monkey. Actually, yeah, because like the ears are very simple. It looks like Curious George. But I'm basically just really trying to see, what I'm doing is I'm seeing the box, I'm seeing the simple, this is like a box and this is a box. And then I'm trying to curve it inside a box. Like this is, what would you call this? This is half a sphere, this is half a sphere, and then we're connecting it, right? Or this is like a sphere, and then this is a quarter of a sphere, actually, yeah. So this is half a sphere, this is half a sphere, this is quarter of a sphere, right? Okay, so now we've done the simple face. And again, like I'm trying to make a story out of this now. So the main goal for me is to see like, okay, like is this person maybe talking to someone? Like maybe somebody's looking up at them and talking, right? So again, now that completely changes. And I'm obviously trying to keep a general proportion about these things. But yeah, thank you so much, Tyrion / Broken Draw. Thank you. Oh, see, this is already smaller. But again, this is just a way for us to think about proportions, right? So maybe this is just a smaller person, you know? And then again, their eye is like that. Right? Nose will be... And this is very difficult because we're trying to think of simple shapes and simple grids inside our head, like the box, this box, this box, but we're also trying to make sure we understand what it is exactly we're drawing, right? Like, I think that's actually wrong. And then this person is talking to that person, because like we can think about like heads as well, right? Or like the figure itself. And then I don't know what type of expressions he made. He kind of just keeps making smiley faces. There you go, something like that, right? And this is supposed to be, I believe, the center line here. Like, this is how I'm trying to do it. Again, there's a lot wrong here. I want to make it very clear. There's a lot wrong here. I'm still figuring out, and again, dude, like, it's been a week. It's so hard to think right now. So these aren't excuses I'm trying to give, hopefully. These are just reasons as to why I may struggle, right? Okay, so this center line's already wrong. It's supposed to be more like this. So the ear is supposed to be like this, and something like that. Okay, we don't really see the other side of the ear. Very difficult to figure out. So these two are talking, and then maybe there's somebody, a third person down here, who's looking at them and is curious as to what they're talking about. It's like, oh, what are you guys saying? Right? And again, I have to think about the sphere. See, that's a lot of thinking. See, now I'm actually thinking, because I'm genuinely, this was a bit more off intuition, but when I have to actually think about what it is these shapes are, you can see my line confidence wavers. Okay, so this might not look like this person's looking down, but hopefully, if I do something like that. No, see, perspective is off. And he's kind of serious. He's like, what do you guys... Okay, so he's looking at him. It's not exactly what I wanted, really, but... And you might be wondering, what is the point of this? Like, well, the whole artwod doctrine, if you're going to call it that, it's really not a doctrine, but if you're going to call it that, the whole artwod philosophy, whatever, it's you start simple, absolutely simple as possible. Oh yeah, and I'm also going to start numbering my reps, so you guys are very well aware like how many repetitions I've put in. Another rule I'm making for myself is, like, of course, proportion, trying to make these proper, is that what's it called? I'm gonna do, I'm calling it, just for myself, the 50 rep rule, right? I will do something for 50 reps, and every 50 reps, I'll essentially evaluate, have I understood, internalized, and practiced this to the best of my ability, and do I actually think I've gotten better and I can move on? If the answer is yes, cool, move on to literally just the next step of the artwod roadmap, and then, same thing, repeat. If no, you do another 50, right? That's the way I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna rest my brain, I encourage you to do so as well, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna draw the accessories on these things, right? But you see already this is starting to look like people. It's so dog shit, but it's already starting to look like people, or just anthropomorphic shapes, right? That have character, that have people like characters, yeah, I guess. Okay, I'm back. Now we will draw whatever mechanical thing, and this is going to be slower, obviously. Like, this is going to be much slower in terms of my portrait drawing experience, but in terms of like just balancing my ability to draw mechanical things with organic things like people, I think it's good, because like I obviously want to retain that as much as possible. Right now I have to think about, like, okay, what could I do here? Like, maybe do something like this. There you go, and then something like that. Yeah, I wonder if all this, like, information about the broken draw stream and stuff is interesting to you guys, right? I guess it's, if anything, I'm just trying to showcase another part of the whole being someone on the internet side. Is like there are things to be considering, and yeah, he does have, like, if he, the thing is, like, I very specifically have started my channel with, like, you either like me or you don't. This is a progress channel. Get the fuck off my channel. Like, I've made it very clear, right? This is just who I am, and I'm not here to teach anyone. If I end up teaching anyone, great. I'm just trying to teach myself, right? Like, yeah, I know I said in my intro video that, oh, my goal is to teach. Like, yes, my goal is to teach, but my goal is to teach, but for the purpose of learning, for me, right? His goal is to actually educate and help people, and it's very admirable, and it's exactly. Damn. See? Oh, this is so good because I already fucked this up. So this is also going to teach me how to think in advance. This just ended up becoming kind of headphones or something, right? Okay, so obviously we're just kind of trying to start simple, even if it's not mechanical or it is mechanical, right? Oh shit, I forgot to add the nose to this guy. Right, and that's just a semi-sphere. There you go. Right. Oh, it's so hard to think right now. Again, I haven't drawn in a week. Like, I haven't thought. Like, I explicitly went out of my way to do no thinking because I'm like, I just want to come back refreshed. And this is good because it's going to teach me how to draw things that wrap around other things. What kind of hinge could I even have here? There you go, maybe something like this. And obviously a lot of this won't make sense to anybody, like, because I'm just trying to figure it out too, right? But I guess to just finish off my thought on the whole broken draw thing is, like, he built a channel with a specific purpose and intent. I built my channel with a specific purpose and intent as well. We've realized that those intents don't align with essentially the fucking normies, right? Like, because again, everybody who was on the chat was super chill, right? Everybody in the live stream was actually very, very chill and very supportive. And it was like, again, it was a very chill community. But people who come to a live stream are obviously gonna be generally pretty chill because if you're coming to watch somebody live, you actually give enough of a shit about them, right? But it's like, it's just the second there was a comment insulting me, first of all, he doesn't want me to be insulted. Second of all, he already gets roasted on his channel for just him being him, right? He gets hate just for being just already having a larger audience in his direction, right? It's just, you don't want to invite any of that. Or he doesn't want to invite more of that, which I completely respect and understand. And yeah, that's it. That's basically it. Oh wait, I can do this something like this, right? This is good. It gives me the opportunity to actually create characters almost. You know, it's nothing special, but it's already giving me the opportunity to start thinking about putting these along a person, right? Like, this guy's a mask and maybe a little helmet. Right, that's his little accessory. What accessory should this person have? Maybe I like glasses. And they're like wonky glasses too. They're like this. That's the thing. It's like, it's okay if people don't like you, but it's also okay not to give a shit if people don't like you, right? I completely understand his point of view because I guess I'm just beating a dead horse now. But yeah, Tieran's a good guy. Support his channel, right? Support Broken Draw. He just wants to educate and help everybody, and that's something I can respect, and that's something I hope he just continues to be able to do without much issues, right? If we do stream, either I'll censor myself, which I'm fine with. Like, I'm not someone who fucking who jerks off over being like, couldn't say fuck, like, no, that doesn't do anything to me. It's just how I speak. If I don't have to, if for somebody else's channel's comfort, or just somebody else be like, hey, just don't do it for this context, I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. Let's see. Okay, we'll leave it at this for now. See, like, you can tell how little I can draw right now, right? It's so difficult. All right, let's do the next one. Let's do number 4. And again, the goal is to constantly be thinking. I'm still getting back into the zone of thinking, right? To get better at thinking and to maybe make some sense out of what I'm doing. But because again, I know Antonio's all about intuition, but I'm literally not. So that's just how I interpret it. No, I don't want to be intuitive. I want to always be thinking about the box, the contour lines. It's just different goals. Okay, I think that's okay. That's pretty decent. That is relatively what I have expected. That's not bad either, right? That's the eyes. We're trying to follow the contour here, right? Ears supposedly below the center line from what he's doing. I'll keep it like that for now because this is just like a beanbag shape, right? So it's nothing too serious. Well, maybe we'll have this person looking at something, and then that person is looking at him, being like, "What the fuck are you looking at?" Right? Like somebody over here, and here, just because he's shocked, he's like, "What?" He's like, "What the fuck?" Right? Again, sphere for the nose. We have to keep it in mind. The perspective. It's all about perspective. If you're ever wondering what am I thinking about, it's always about the box and always about like the mini boxes inside the box, right? And like the manipulated shapes that comprise those mini boxes inside the box. That's all I'm trying to think about. And right now, again, like I haven't thought in a very long time. It's been a week, right? So this whole drawing is thinking thing, I'm just getting back into it, you know. And yeah, right? That's relatively inaccurate, but it's okay. We don't really see the other side of the ear, right? Yeah, we don't really see the other side. It's just like a little bit. What other? Okay, so eyes, nose, mouth, and ears. Okay, cool. Yeah, let me start with adding accessorizing already, right? It's actually hard to think about hinges and shit when it comes to people, but I'll do my best. I like what I did here. Maybe there's something. Maybe there's something like this, right? Because again, it's all just manipulated boxes, and the cue to have for the hinge is like it's box attached to cylinder attached to box, and then the boxes are manipulated and the cylinder is manipulated. But that is the general cue. So something like this, like that can be a hinge, right? This can be the manipulated box, which, let's see, you want to make it make sense. So, and then this could be another manipulated box. And again, I like thinking about that perspective because I have to think about the angles and then the front line, right? Something like that. Cool. It's helping. Trust. Like, I don't know why I'm saying trust. I believe it's helping. Okay, and then we have something like this. Also following the contour. I think that's incorrect. That cylinder, yeah, it's definitely incorrect, but it's what it is. And then we can, yeah, like I like this little design thing, but I obviously want to do more with whatever's happening here. I love this, man. It actually forces me to think so much. And then we can have, well, we can also make sure that it's going over the ear because we have to think about that, right? Going over the ear. And then what's attached to this? Well, we can just make it like that. And then this one can, again, having some little divots or subtractions, more like. We can do something like this, right? Sure. We'll just say it's like cut out in this odd way. There you go. We could say it's cut out in this odd way. Right? But what else are we missing? We are missing what are we missing here? Why does this not look good? Or look structurally sound? Oh, because I don't have this. There you go. There you go. Now it looks like, okay. There you go, there you go. Okay. Again, thinking about that portrait, and what else could we have here? This is like the one accessory I guess I'm doing, right? So, if we were to have it come out on this side, I mean, I guess I could just have it overlap. This is gonna help a lot with understanding the form in general, right? And what's going on here? Okay, that's the perspective. Okay, and that's the perspective. If that's like this, then this should roughly be like that. Something like that. Okay, I guess that kind of works. Right? Kind of. Okay, cool. Now we're gonna draw the next person, right? This is good. You see, like, it really takes into consideration just how long these repetitions can take, which is what I want. I want these repetitions to be intentional, to have purpose, and to indicate to myself that we're actually trying, right? Okay, whatever, just for the sake of making it look a bit more mechanical, right? Yeah, see, I think this was a good idea. I think accessorizing these little portraits, however slower it may be, gives me a reason to actually start drawing things surrounding something else, right? So he's looking here, and then there's gonna be a fifth guy who's gonna be maybe looking up at him, and he's gonna be like, why the fuck are you looking there, right? So this, now we have to take spacing into account. Why is my voice so nasally? Now we have to take spacing into account. There you go. Now we have to take spacing into account. It's good, because now, like, apart from this perspective, I have an entirely new perspective that I can start thinking of. And that is... See, I don't know why this pen's being so weird. I know a lot of the times, like, it's not the pen, it's you. Like, yes, I'm well aware, don't worry. Like, it's never the tool, it's the artist. That much I understand. But sometimes just like when there's no ink flow for some reason, it confuses me. Right, so we got something like this. And then we got something like that. That's not exactly what I wanted. I wanted to make him smaller, but you know what? It's good that proportions are consistent. So he's looking here, and maybe like this guy's tilting his head up, right? We can say that. And he's just looking at me like, why the fuck are you looking there? What's your problem? Why are you looking there, bro? See, like it's a bit off because you want to make sure it's following the contour. This is amazing. There's a lot of little things when it comes to just drawing simple faces. I think faces and people in general, this is why I really, really wanted Tieran's opinion, right? So if you guys see me get better at portraits, you can thank him, because I really wanted his opinion. And I want to know, like, am I wrong or right in assuming that learning portraits and just being able to understand these proportions is going to be beneficial to me in the long run, right? And he said it'll be beneficial, so I'll trust in him. That ear doesn't look right to me. Oh yeah, no, is it? I don't know. Antonio did a pretty similar example. His looks okay. Mine looks off. Probably because there's no overlap. Is there? I don't know. There's a reason this is off. It's probably because this curve actually. Yeah, it's not. It's supposed to be. Oh, yeah, that's wrong. I didn't think hard enough. See, I didn't think hard enough over there. And this guy's like, what the fuck? What are you doing, bro? Why are you looking over there? But I love this. Like, already you can see that Okay, so what should this... We need to understand what this should have been before we moved on. Before we move on right now. So, this is my box, right? This is what it's encapsulated in. And if we were to just take this as a simple box... It's supposed to be aligned here. Yeah, so it should have been more like that. Yeah, see, already that makes a huge difference. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that is correct, that line. Okay, cool. Oh, I love learning. I hope you all love learning too, but I'm gonna take a break, right? Oh, not a break, I'm just gonna rest my brain right now. Dude, I'm so excited. This is my next fucking 4 years of learning, just portraits and figures. Oh, it's gonna be amazing. Drawing people is actually gonna be really, really good for me. But either way, I'm gonna rest my brain. I'll be right back. Give you like 10-15 seconds. I encourage you to do so as well. But yeah, let's see. I obviously want to improve my ideation, right? So I feel as if this guy, what is he? Why is he wearing something like this? That's the main question, right? Wait, why are you wearing something that looks so intense? Right? So what is their story? If we're talking about story, there wasn't really much of a story here. This guy is looking at a computer reading, or he's looking at, oh shit, randomly the artwod video just started again. It does that from time to time. I just have it on the side over here as a reference, right, for what I should be doing. But what I don't understand is, Jesus, apologies, not really. Fucking that burp just was stuck in there randomly. But anyways, okay, so I mean, apart from what we're trying to learn, which is the simple portrait stuff right now, like the little beanie face, right? What is this guy looking at? Like, what is he looking at? Why is he wearing something like this? We need to give purpose. Fuck it, we'll make this guy have a hazmat suit. And it'd be like, dude, it's no problem. Like, it's not really not that big of a deal. So now this will inform my, oh wait, no, was it supposed to be like this? Yeah, I think it was supposed to be like this, right? Yeah, it was supposed to be like that. See, already that was wrong. It's a good mistake to have. But again, following along the contours will inform, and then let's just say it's like a hazmat helmet. So yeah, he's looking at him, he's like, listen bro, it's not a big deal. I mean, helmets are actually much more square, to be honest. Like, at least hazmat helmets are much more square from what I recall. Okay, that's really, really bad line. Okay, I'm just trying to think. So there's like wires and shit that come out. Obviously, I'm trying to think in terms of the mechanical stuff that I was doing, like hinges and pivots, right? Okay, we can just have this ear be a pivot. So something like this, and then it's like that, and then we have a connection, right? That pivot connection in which this is going to connect to. That's fine. That's cool by me. And then, okay, hazmat suit. What else does it have? Maybe we can add some interesting. Again, if it's, I don't even know if this is correct, but let's see. Okay, see, and my lines are getting wonky, and I'm zooming in. My lines are getting wonky. What the fuck is going on with my voice? I don't speak like that. But yeah, my lines are getting wonky. I'm zooming in a bit too much. I need to zoom out. If you're wondering what you mean by zoom out, it means like the paper is here, and like I'm zooming in if I'm like zoned in on like whatever's here. But zooming out is like just staying and just trying to see the entirety of what I'm drawing, right? The page, or in this case, the perspective. And then, yeah, I guess we could have hinges here, right? Like a hinge to keep the back of his head. Stable. Oh yes, it's all coming back to me. How to draw hinges 101. There you go. And then let's just say there's a little... There you go. There you go. Okay, I'm starting to get my hinges understanding back. But yeah, that's not bad, right? Okay, so like he's looking at him. He's like, bro, chill. We do this literally every week, right? You don't need to be so surprised. But he's like, that's how he speaks. He can't speak eloquently. He's missing all the chromosomes, evidently, right? And he's like, no, man, we're vibing. We're chilling, right? Don't worry. But then there is a third motherfucker, right? Explicitly, his lore is that he has fucked many mothers, specifically these two's mothers, and he's looking at them. And where is he looking at them? Well, where is he looking at them? Maybe he's looking at them over here, right? Because he's like, I guess we can draw eyes. He's like, what? We'll show what he's looking at. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, yo, bro, chill. It's not Gucci, man. But then we have another guy in the back, right? Who let's see, where is he hiding? Maybe he's hiding behind a locker, right? And this is like the part. This is the fun part, because now we're creating scenes. We're trying to like create a story. Like he's looking at something that's like, what the hell is this? He's like, don't worry about it. He's tilting his head up, and he's like, just looking at him. He's like, what the hell is your problem? And then this guy will be sure back here somewhere. Repetition number 6. Mr. Repetition number 6 will be here. And this is the part where I have to think. So like, let's see if it's looking down. It's perspective. He's gonna be like this. Right, he's gonna be... Let's just say he's behind a locker. I'm just creating a story. He's not actually behind a locker. We're gonna see his full face. But let's just say he's like this. All these guys look like fucking Quagmire. Yeah, he's like this. This was a really bad one, but it's okay. Yeah, he is... He's looking, he's behind the locker, and he's looking at them, and he's just like, ooh. They have no idea I fucked their mothers. I don't know why. I have a French accent. But he's like this. He's just... Right, and then we're trying to follow that contour. And let's say he's a conniving piece of shit. So he's like, angry eyebrows. And he's looking at them like, hui. Okay, nose. Let's see, perspective. Like that, right? And he is happy. This is like the Grinch, Right? He's like, ha, you fucking idiots. That pussy's so tight, you have no idea. See, this is why I'm never getting monetized. And this is why children should not be watching my content. Please be at least like a teenager, right? At least 16. Well, I have very clearly stated my content is not for kids, but maybe YouTube will be like, he spit in some facts. Pussy is tight. Let's let some children know that as a fact as well. Okay, so again, I'm trying to follow the contour. Is this really correct? I'll know more as I get the proportions down. The point I'm doing this, and the point I'm still going to do like 50 repetitions of this, is purely on the basis that we just need to get familiar with having features placed along an organic plane. That's my current understanding and idea of it all, right? It's like we're just trying to have features be placed on an organic plane. And again, his head's also slightly tilted up, because we're going to have this guy be the original perspective. So if he's looking like, ooh, this guy's going to be like, hey, yo, it's not a big deal, bro. Like, it's fine. We can actually have it maybe more like this, and this guy's gonna be like, hey, right? It doesn't have to make the most amount of sense, but I'm just generally trying to have a good idea. And we can make this guy pretty evil. to be honest. So we can give him a... Right? And we can give him like, let's see... Like, I'm trying to maybe give him a little mask. Like that. Comes over. Right, maybe, okay, if we're thinking about hinges and pivots, how can we make this look interesting? Right, this is actually really fun. Again, I'm so glad I'm doing this. I know it's already been 45 minutes and I've only outputted garbage, but trying to think about this is so fun. Trying to think about this is so fucking fun. Because it's also trying to incorporate, like, I'm also trying to incorporate multiple rounding, right? There you go, something like that. And we can reinforce that this is actually three-dimensional by hopefully adding that. I don't know if this is correct, but... And maybe we can even turn into like a Star Wars type thing where it's... Now he's just gonna look like a nun now, but what I was trying to do is something like that. Wait, that doesn't look right. Maybe it should have been... Oh yeah, it should have been something like this. So ignore that, I guess. And then what can I have that's relatively technical? See, this is actually very difficult, right? Okay, we're gonna leave this for now. That was just horribly executed, and I can't think of anything right now. Dude, it's so hard to think right now. This is what happens when you don't draw for a week. But we're gonna keep trying. We're just gonna keep trying. So let me rest my brain, and then I'm gonna draw... Yeah, just more of these. just many more. What can I say? Right? Let me, I'll be right back. Coolio. It's very difficult. It's actually very difficult to think about wrapping shit around someone's face. This is another thing Artwod teaches in their intro to drawing roadmap. It's called Beginner Roadmap on my fucking channel. They've changed it so many goddamn times, the title. But yeah, it's as of the time being, it's called Intro to Drawing, and they have a section on form wrapping, which is I think section 3 or section 4. And that's what this is. Like, you're wrapping around a form, right? You're wrapping thinner forms around the overall contour of the base form, right? That's what this is as well. It's types of form wrapping. But either way, let's create another story, why don't we? Cool. Okay, what do I want to do? Maybe I shouldn't think too much about the purpose and just try to create cool mech-like stuff on them, right? I don't know. There's so many things to think about, but okay, let's see. How else do I want it? Okay, we can do something like this, right? There you go. And again, this is... Like, Antonio does it a bunch of different ways. Like, sometimes this overlaps, sometimes it doesn't. I'm still trying to figure out what should overlap and what shouldn't. I guess in this context, it actually doesn't make any sense for this. This is supposed to be the cheek, like that to overlap, really. I wonder, then I can change it, actually. I can completely change it. Yeah, I can change it right now. Okay, it was originally supposed to be from the bottom, but watch, we're just gonna change it to the top. But... See, that organic line was incorrect. It's a great way, great way to practice your understanding of contours. Right? And again, ellipses, we gotta think about the ellipse. in perspective, following the contour, right? And let's say this guy is just, he's actually frowning. So let's just say he's like, no, life is not good, okay? Because this piece of shit drew me upside down and fucked up my proportions. How could I say life was good? Just how? There you go. And if we go all the way around, there you go. Something like that, right? Something like that. There's a lot to think about. It's actually crazy. I love this. I need to think more. I think that's something you probably all noticed at this point. I just need to think more, right? So what is this guy doing? Why is he frowning? Is he jumping off a building? Or is he simply deleting his porn, right? What is making him so sad? So we have to find out. We have to find out. Wait, is it like this? No, it's like this, right? There you go. Again, thinking about that perspective. Okay, like if we look at it, he really is sad. Oh, but now we know we fucked up the perspective, which is good, right? But yeah, like see, this isn't aligning, but we know he's sad. So let's give him something to be happy about. By completely covering his face and removing his ability to breathe. Speaking of his ability to breathe, he needs a fucking nose. How's he gonna be able to breathe without a nose? Jesus Christ. He's not a mouth breather. Let's see. Okay, so coming like that. There you go. Is that correct? No, that's not correct. It was supposed to be this way. So it has to be following this contour, right? This line has to be on this plane. If you look at it, actually it looks okay. Could have been better, but it looks okay. Well, I guess the point is like there's a lot of room for there's a huge margin for error when it comes to these simple shapes, right? But for me, it's not about the margin for error. It's just trying to have my own system, right? Half a sphere, this is half a sphere, this is half a sphere, this is a quarter of a sphere, like this area, right? Like this area is a quarter of a sphere, right? We can even highlight that like so. And then, oh look, we got a helmet right here, right? Let's see. Something like that. Cool. Let's try to create some mech-like shapes. And let's see. Okay, so this is wrapping around here as well, right? So actually don't know what I'm doing here, but we'll keep trying. Okay. And should we cover the ear? What should we do with the ear? Let's add a hinge maybe. And which perspective should it be in? I can make it this perspective. There you go. It's like a hinge for his ear. It's obviously like the lines being over each other or overlapping each other is going to make it difficult to understand. And obviously because this thing's upside down, it's very difficult to understand, but that's why we're just trying to wrap it around. I don't think this makes sense. I don't think this makes sense yet, but maybe it will if I do something like that. Right, something like that. Does that make sense? I mean, does that make sense? I don't think that makes sense. That does not make sense. Okay, we tried. Moving on, right? Need more purpose in what we're drawing, but okay. So what is the perspective I've established? Maybe this guy's just staring at the ceiling. You know, maybe he's just looking up and he's staring at the ceiling, and somebody here is like, bruh, are you? He's looking at him. He's like, bro, are you okay? And I love that my lines just keep spacing out. I'm not being sarcastic, by the way. This just means my line work needs work. And yeah, we're gonna be seeing the back of this person's head, right? So we're actually gonna be seeing this. And this. Because that's important too. We need things to make sense, right? We're like, okay, now we can say like, okay, this person's looking at this person. They're lying on the ground, right? Maybe the floor is like down here, right? So it's like, what the fuck? This is just my very basic understanding of perspective and placing things in scenes, by the way. So please don't take it as if it is the law, right? But you should, if you want to be good. Bars. Okay. I know this was kind of a cop-out. I didn't really mean for it to be a cop-out, but let's see, what could we make here? Okay, so obviously I want to make a hinge thing. Right. Something like that, you know. And let's see. There you go. Okay, so this guy's like something attached over here, right? And we'll make it a simple hinge with maybe more attachments actually coming in this way. Right. So I guess not as simple of a hinge as I initially intended. And yeah, there you go. Little attachments, you know. And okay, the biggest thing is like the contour manipulation part is, okay, well, or the form wrapping part is, clearly this is a helmet, right? Clearly. And for the sake of making it, see, I guess a bit more technical, right? Because we're trying to wrap something around this guy's head. What can we do? Clearly I can just do something like this. It's a huge thing I'm trying to learn as well. Like Tieran's right in the sense that design is such a big part of trying to understand what it is that we're making, like how to make pleasing shapes. Right, so if we just cut this off here and we say, okay, well, this part is what is wrapping around. There you go. That's his helmet. Okay, that makes sense to me. That makes sense to me, right? And then we can even go further and say, well, say that attaches like so, right? I guess that makes sense. And we have to, I guess the divots need to happen, so it can't be perfect like this, but I'm also thinking of like the hinge itself, right? Like how can that attach? What kind of box do we want? Okay. And we can even do something like this, where it's just like, okay, see, that is not that good. But let's just say if the mouth is here, we can do something like this, right? And I'm trying really hard to keep myself stable, but this is already incorrect because it's not following the contour properly. Obviously my lines are really bad too. Right, now we're following the back of his head, or at least I tried to. Right? There you go. So this, I guess, a bit mechanical thing, right? We could And then let's say this is connected to his mouth, because his mouth should be somewhere around here. And there's like a thing coming out, so we can make it so. Okay. How should I do this? Something like this, right? Right? Something like. There you go. It's like something attached. Okay. Doesn't look that good at all. And to be honest, maybe I spent too much time on this, but I was just trying to. This is just me slowly getting to the ideation section of like, okay, how can I make things that look decent when it's attached to an actual, even in this case, like a really derpy head, right? Like, how can we start thinking about things being on people? And this is a great way to practice designing around forms, like literally designing around forms, right? So, okay, it's been an hour. I'm gonna rest my brain, go for 10 more minutes because I spent 10 minutes fucking blathering. Or sorry, blithering, as that man once said. Blithering dumbass. Oh, yeah, it doesn't affect me. I still have the screenshot on my phone. I'm not joking. I took a screenshot because I was like, oh shit, this is the first time I've received proper hate. And I specifically actually took the screenshot because Tyrion took down the VOD, and like that really nice comment somebody made, you know, being like, hey, like, dude, you were chill, keep it up. I was like, okay, I guess I'm just glad there are people who can see past, I guess, my personality and the swearing, right? Or people who don't make surface level judgments or impressions, right? You still have the right to make those, right? But yo, give me a chance and give me money specifically, right? So. Okay, I got an idea. So this guy, let's just say he's actually dead, right? And this guy's looking at him because maybe he was a commander, whatever. Like random story. This guy's dead. He died sad. Obviously, his helmet doesn't really make any sense. But whatever. This guy pulled up, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not being equal, right? This is a woman. Let's put a bow tie on. How do we indicate she's a woman? Well, that's the thing. This is pure gender equality. I cannot indicate she is a woman because there is no difference between man and woman, right? Like not in terms of functional aesthetics for this type of shit. So there you go. I have rescinded my statement. This is indeed just a being. Whatever. This guy, I don't give a fuck. God damn it! These people are getting into my head. It's true. You cannot listen to them. It's actually getting to my head a little bit. Being like, oh God, maybe I need to be aware of what I say. No, I don't need to be aware of what I say. Obviously, I need to be aware of what I say in the sense that, like, am I saying things that are helpful? Is it me? Just am I being myself? That's, I think, the biggest marker for success. But whatever. This fucker, this cunt, this guy, this girl, right? This person, whatever. All right, let's just say this is a guy, this is a girl. He died. She pulled up, and she's like, what the fuck? Why'd you die? Little do you know, the murderer is sneaking away. Wait. Obviously, after like the next session, and the next like 20 minutes after this hour is done, I will fill this up, and we'll do more bottom angles like this one, because that's really good, right? But or maybe we can still do a bottom angle right now. It's really is good to think of a story. Yeah, okay, so we'll do something like this. The murderer is sneaking away. Oh God, the murderer has a fucking deformed skull. Really deformed skull. Truly the most deformed of skulls. Jesus Christ. That's actually not that bad. This is relatively close to what I was thinking. That should have just been more like that. Right, the murderer's not even sneaking away. He's actually just looking at him and be like, how do you not know that I killed him? I have a gun in my hand. Right, like how are you not aware that what has transpired? Really helpful for thinking about. See, I fucked it up though, because obviously I have. Okay, I guess that's the best I can do, right? and then this is the sphere, the half a sphere, and this merger is literally just like, what the fuck? I think he's probably just gonna be like, what? Like, yeah, like a little like, what? How do you not know? Like, how do you not know it's me, bro? Literally, how do you not know it's me? I'm right here and I killed. Oh, I forgot to add the ear here, so let's do that. There you go. We don't see the front, right? Because there's like a little bit of the ear in the back. That's probably misplaced. Yeah, that's probably a little bit misplaced. This probably should be closer to here. But anyways, and then you're here. Maybe that's also a bit inaccurate, but either way. Let's go. You're there. That's another mistake. Yeah, these ears don't make sense. It's like either this is actually more accurate than this, I think. If I look at my own ear, right, compared to my eye and where it is, dude, I don't know anymore. Clearly, I don't know the proportions. So this is just me. I guess, thinking out loud, conjecture, as they say. But yeah, this guy is gonna be like, bro, do you not see this giant? Hold up, I have an idea for this. Like, let's see. Right, he has a little like, oh, what is this called? Sunglass thing, I guess you could call it. It's strapped to his eye, and then let's see. Oh, we're gonna make it so obvious that he was the murderer. Hold up. Add a little strap. Right? Make sure the strap is nice and fancy. And it wraps around. Yeah, I'm still obviously trying to figure out the wrapping around part, but we'll have it so there is a, how can we do this? How can we make it look nice? I guess we can do hinges, right? So we'll do a hinge there, hinge there, hinge there, and they will all lead to a bigger hinge right around, let's see, how can we do this? Right, something like this. He literally shot him multiple times. In fact, yeah, I was gonna add like a bullet, but it wouldn't make any sense. But let's just say this is the hinge, right? So, okay, still trying to think about the perspective. Okay, obviously I messed up those lines, but the point is, just trying to make little connections. That's also wrong because it should have followed the contour, right? And we can even have on the other side, yeah, see, because it's connected on all ends. There you go. Ah, whatever. I tried. Okay, see, like this is what happens when you just get back into drawing after a week, and it's difficult, but I feel good. Like I'm genuinely trying, which is what matters to me, right? Like I'm actually just giving it a shot, and that's the main thing I want to keep saying is like you just gotta keep trying. And obviously, this isn't even part of what they require, but hey, Antonio showed made like a Batman mask on something. That's what gave me the idea on like one of these things. I'm like, I could just do the same thing, but try to add technical complexity so I don't lose my whole hinge understanding, right? So it's a bit slower, but either way, I got 9 reps done, which isn't bad, right? And I'll be back. I'll do a bunch more. We'll do here, 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 whatever, right? I'm kind of just doing it in threes right now, as you can tell, right? But we'll see how it goes. Maybe we can just have 2 people conversing or 1 person just thinking to himself, right? But either way, that's it for now, right? It's been an hour and 10 minutes. I've roughly drawn for an hour. I'll be back soon. But I hope you had fun. I hope you drew along. Main thing is I hope you drew along. I hope you put in a lot of effort, right? Even if it was very difficult. This is like genuinely me trying today. I probably really only gave, in terms of what I'm capable of, like 50-60% in this session, like max, if that. Next session, I'm going to come back. I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to come back literally in like 20-30 minutes. And then I'm going to try to put even more energy. The biggest thing is going to try to put even more mental energy because that's what we can control, and hand-eye coordination. But I love this session because I tried, and I hope you loved your session because you tried as well, because that's all we can do. But this is fun. This is really, really fun. I can see myself easily doing fucking 100 of these. But with that being said, as always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing, and please give me money.